Hello, my name is Jose Maria and this is Metaphysics for Everyone. In this channel, I will explain what is metaphysics and much more about this knowledge of life. Take a deep breath, and as you close your eyes, just breathe, exhale the air. Take another deep breath. Exhale all the air. Just keep breathing. Now you put your attention in your face, in all the muscles, and you feel like they are relaxing your jaw, your neck, your shoulders, keep breathing. Now you start to relax your back, your stomach, your legs, start to be more still, more focused, and forgetting all the problems, taking a little break. Now just visualize a beautiful white plain light right on your chest. Feel this light in your chest. Feel this warm, and just all this light start to expanding. It's growing, getting stronger. It's a powerful light. Now all your body is full with this light. It's a nice sensation. This light is growing and growing, and it takes the whole room. It's just light. And this light is expanding. And now the whole house is full of light. And still expanding. The whole neighborhood is full of light. All your neighbors, all your Family mates are full of light. Everyone is full of light. Now, if you have anyone that you are disappointed with, maybe you had an argument, just visualize all these guys, all these people full of light. Your friends and your enemies, they are full of light. And you have this sensation of peace with all of them. You are really in peace. And if you have to forgive something, just do it easily. And it's a sensation of freedom. To overcome all your problems. You feel so cheerful, so happy. And on your shoulders you have less weight. And you feel more smooth. You feel more light. You don't have any weight at all. And now just smile. Keep smiling. And with this sensation of freedom, of happiness, cheerful, so cheerful. With this sensation of freedom, now we start to pay attention to the place where you are. You are more aware of the weight of your body, of the chair that you are sitting in, your body, your body surrounding you, all the sounds. And as you take a deep breath in, as you breathe out, you start to open your eyes. Hello everyone, welcome to another class of Metaphysics. I hope you're doing fine with this knowledge of the metaphysics. And of course, if you have any question, just please write it down in this chat, so I will answer as soon as possible, okay? So, today we're going to start with a new principle. Is the principle of polarity, okay? The principle of polarity. So let's read a little bit. This is an expression of the duality of all things, okay? So we know that in the whole universe there is the duality, okay? For example, there is a man and there is a woman, okay? The opposite sex, okay? For example, if in the temperature we have the heat and we have cold as well, and every single thing by this principle of polarity have his opposites, okay? The fact that everything has its positive and negative sides. So everything has the two poles, positive and negative. Okay. It's contradictory elements, and there is a seeming contradiction in the principle as well. Though the two poles seem to be diametric extremes, they are in fact the same. Okay. Here we come to one big point, that is that normally when we talk about, for example, the heat and the cold, we know that we are talking about temperature. So the temperature can be hot or cold, but it will be always the temperature. Okay. And what separates them is a matter of degree. So when you see the temperature, okay, we have in the one extreme the heat, and in the other side you have the cold. But in between we have these degrees, and all these degrees are as much. I mean, there are so many different kinds of degrees. Okay, they are in fact the same, and what separates them is a matter of degree. The reason for this is that when we are speaking of poles, we are speaking in terms of something that has no beginning or end. The circle. Okay, it's like a circle. Okay. Take the chromatic spectrum. Now here is this one example. Take the chromatic spectrum. We say that red and blue are at opposite ends of the spectrum. Okay? In one side is red and in the other side is the blue. Okay? Jet blue shades again into red through hues of violet and purple. So the blue becomes violet and purple and then red, for example. Okay, there are no ends to the spectrum, only an endless circle. Okay, it's like then from the blue you get to the violet, then purple, then red, and then again you will if you follow this circle, okay, you will get again to the blue. Okay, this is another example. East and west are only relative terms. Okay, if we travel to the east for some 24,000 miles, we arrive at our starting point. So we know that because the Earth is a sphere, is round. Okay. So if you keep walking in the same direction, you will get to the west, and then you will, if you keep going in this direction, you will get to the east, right? What we call hot and cold are only measurements of the same thing, temperature. From the absolute zero of space to the millions of degrees at the core star, we are really measuring various degrees of heat. So, this is a really simple examples. I think these examples are really easy to understand. But now, in metaphysics, we are going to take it to another planes. For example, your emotions, for example, your mental body have its polarity as well, and this is what we are going to deal now. Okay, the same characteristics are true of the mental and spiritual planes. Okay, because there are so many planes of in the universe. Okay, let's say that, and we are living in this material world, okay, in this material plane. But we know in metaphysics that there are many other planes of the existence, like the spirituals, and also we have mental planes, the emotional planes as well, the etherical planes from the memories, and also we have more planes, but for now we are going to focus in the mental and in the spiritual planes, okay? Are love and hate truly opposites? You could say yes, because normally if you have loved someone, if you have had a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and sometimes we have this experience that suddenly from the love we start to hate, because you know these emotions are so strong, no? Are love and hate truly opposites? We say these emotions are two sides of the same coin. We know it because if you have had this experience with your girlfriend or another boyfriend, we have had this experience already, and we know that the love and hate are two sides of the same coin. But the operative word here is same. For love and hate are easily confused, and both are measurements of degrees of affection or emotional attraction, if you prefer. Okay, so we're talking about affection. When you talk about hate or love, the same thing is affection. Okay, fear and valor follow the same rule. Without fear, there can be no bravery, because bravery is not fearlessness, but the overcoming of fear. Okay, we're talking about exactly the same thing. Okay, and both extremes are levels of bravery, from paralysis to the burst of action that characterize a dragon slayer. Okay, when you are a hunter, you have to experience the valor. You are brave, or you are at sometimes you are scared. You are scared because you are afraid of something. But then you have to overcome this feeling. You have to polarize these feelings. Okay, if you want to confront this dragon, in this case. So we're talking about always the same thing, and this is in metaphysics. Normally, the metaphysics student take these principles to his life, okay, and to your experience, and now that is why it's so important that you could check out your own self, or your thinking, or all the things that are happening in your world. You can check out, and you can, for example, if you are at one point scared of something, then you know that you are in the negative pole, let's say that, in one side, because you are scared. But if you remember this principle of polarism, then you will know that is only a matter of change. Okay, changing mind, changing your way of thinking, and polarizing through the fear to bravery. Okay, and it's not that you are in fear all the time. If you are in fear, it's because you have accepted this in you, this fear in you. But knowing this, you only have to polarize, okay? I recommend to do it with your mind, okay? Just don't accept that fear in your world and start to be more positive, be more brave, and then you start to change your mind condition. Then you can change your mood as well, and you can overcome this fear slowly, but of course you need to practice it, okay? And when, in this case, in this example, when you are in fear, is a good chance, okay? Just take this idea. When I am in fear, just think to yourself that is a good chance to overcome this fear, because you know already that fear is the same thing that valor or bravery, okay? It's exactly the same. So that you are in this side, okay, of the negative pole, but you can change by changing your mind, your ideas, okay? Mentally you can change and move to the other pole, okay? What is just as important is the fact that opposites can be changed, okay? And this is another big thing, that of course we can change, okay, if we have the power. And this is so beautiful, because many people might think that they are not able to do things in the life, okay? For example, I don't know, maybe from when you were a kid, you believed that you were not able to play football or soccer, for example, and you always was scared about playing soccer, for example, and you never played because you always was scared. But we know that if you want to change this behavior in you, this is one example, but take it to your life, and all these things that you are make you afraid of something, you can polarize of this thing by mentally, okay? And then with the time, when the time comes and give you the opportunity to overcome this fear, yes, I recommend to take the chance, of course, with intelligence, okay? It's important that you first think, okay, and then when you feel confident, you can give a little step further, okay, toward the positive pole, okay? Love can become hate, misery can be transmuted into happiness, poverty into wealth, sickness into health, for example, and vice versa, okay? So, for example, if you have had sickness for a long time, it is a fact that you can move to the other pole, okay? But you need to do it for yourself. I mean, mentally, if we know the mentalism principle, you start to make all these decrees, okay? I am healthy, I am health, and you visualize yourself that you are healthy, you are full of light, you are a sparkling light, okay? I'm talking about your I am presence, and when you meditate in the higher points of from what you are, okay? When you elevate your consciousness and you start to think about that you are divine, okay? You are I am presence, okay, that God is in you, okay, and you want to manifest this in your world, of course, if God is perfection, is the I am present, is the perfection, there will be no sickness at all. And then by doing this in your mind, you will polarize on the healthiness. But the point is not just that you are doing this just for 1 minute, 2 minutes, or 3 minutes, but you have to keep, okay, this positive thought of healthiness. I am healthy, and keep that thought for a long time. When you keep this thought for a long time, then your consciousness is getting in a high level, okay, and your consciousness will reach one point, and you truly are going to believe that you are healthiness, and this is going to manifest in your world, in your body, in all your life, okay. But this change, you need to do it for yourself. Nobody else can do it for you, okay. So, and this is true because matter and spirit, so I repeat, and this is true because matter and spirit, or energy, are also poles. Matter and spirit, okay, matter and spirit, having no more than vibrational degrees, okay. So between the materia and the spiritual thing is these degrees are vibration. Remember when we talk about the principle of vibration, the highest vibration is going to the spiritual plane and the lowest to the material, okay. Having no more than vibrational degrees of evolution between them. Spirit is the more positive of the two, of course, just as truth is more positive than a lie, love is more positive than hate, knowledge is more positive than ignorance, and motion is more positive than inactivity, okay? So, as a conclusion, if we want to polarize ourselves from the negative pole of low vibration frequency to the higher vibration or the positive pole, is a matter of, it depends on you always, okay? When you feel in a bad mood or wherever, that means that you are in a negative mood, in the negative side of the polarity, and then with a little effort from yourself, you can make this vibration higher and higher, and polarizing this negativity and going to the positive pole, okay. And normally we can do this, for example, when we start to make a meditation, when we think about beautiful things and good things, constructive things, and when you think about your divinity, for example, or if you go out in the nature, okay, and you start to enjoy yourself, all these things are increasing your vibration, taking yourself to the positive pole, okay. So whatever you are in a negative mood, or you're feeling bad or something, just realize that in the one of these principles is the principles of polarity, and you have the right, okay, you have the right to change your polarity whenever you want, okay. You are the ruler of your own world, and this is a beautiful thing to know. And of course, I support you to practice this as much, but not one day, during all the day, just keeping in mind that the divinity is within you, and You can change your vibration whenever you want. Okay, so I support you to practice as much as you can, and I hope you see results soon. Okay, so I think the class is finished for now. So I give you thank you to all of you. I recommend to practice. Bye.